Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. This song is dedicated to everybody incarcerated now. Everybody locked up worldwide, yeah. They got me dressed in a paper suit, shackled on a gray goose, looking out the window, wishing I could cut these chains loose. With your eyes closed, believe your dreams with your eyes open. Recognize that you was chosen. Life is a gift in itself, so stay hoping, hoping, hoping.
Synchronicity is a theory that coincidences play an important role in our lives in a meaningful way. Like this, something happens. You think, that's curious. You're intrigued. So you follow the thread blindly. And then this happens, and then that happens. And when you look back at some point, you see that life can be as messy as it can be neat. It's as mysterious as it is clear. And what you think something is not all that it is. And sometimes it's not what it is at all. When you follow the thread back, you learn that wishes don't always come true. There is no guarantee that just because you wish so hard for something to be different. When you follow the thread back, if you look closely, you have to look closely.
Hold on to your ID. You can't leave without it. Sign here, date and time. You'll have to sign out when you leave. If you don't, prison goes on a lockdown while we instigate a search.
Wow, okay.
Roll up that sleeve.
He stamps her arm.
It's invisible. You put it under the black light when you leave.
Oh.
All you have with you is that notebook and pen?
Yes, that's all I...
Okay. Keep your ID out.
The gate buzzes and opens. He points to a high security window. She holds her license up for the guard in the window to see. We hear another buzz. The second gate opens. It slams shut. McHenry leads Ernie to a small room. He points to a chair. She sits.
Always leave your purse, wallet, and unnecessary belongings at home or locked in your vehicle, okay?
Okay.
You may not bring in cigarettes, lighters, matches, cell phones. It is a felony to bring firearms, pocket knives, deadly weapons, explosives, liquor, narcotics, or drugs.
Aren't narcotics drugs?
Excuse me?
Narcotics. Never mind.
You may not bring neither narcotics nor drugs into a facility where state prisoners are located. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So you're supposed to be a writer?
Supposed to be.
Are you here to write about this prison?
No. Excuse me, I have a question.
A question?
How long does it usually take to get cleared to volunteer here?
What do you mean?
I mean, does it usually take weeks or months or years?
It shouldn't take longer than 2 weeks to a month. Miss Morris, what is your point?
Nothing. Just curious. Because it took a while for me. Never mind.
Like I was saying, you are only cleared to volunteer. If at some point you decide to write something about this prison, you will have to get special clearance.
But I am not planning on writing anything. I mean, I am not writing about...
That's fine. Like I said, you're cleared, and if you change your mind, you have to follow the protocol. All right, that's enough. Let's continue. Anything you give an inmate is contraband.
You know, it's not politically correct to say inmate.
What?
Never mind.
Therefore, you may not give an inmate anything. Some items are obvious, such as guns and knives, etc., but some may not be, such as chewing gum.
Chewing gum?
Chewing gum could jam up a lock. Okay, now, regarding the clothing you may wear.
The email explained.
No blue denim, no logos, no sweatsuits. Women may not wear miniskirts, no low-cut sleeveless or see-through blouses, no overly tight pants, no overly tight or cropped shirts, no open-toed shoes.
Sir, I got the email with the wardrobe advice.
Miss Morris, it's not advice. You will not be permitted to enter if you are not dressed appropriately. There are men in here who have not been close to a woman in quite a while. As you walk across the yard, their eyes will be following you. They will be interested in you. Do you understand? They will be interested in you.
Okay.
Did you get that?
I most certainly did, sir. Yes, thank you.
You may not give anything to an inmate. You may not take with you anything that an inmate gives you. You are not allowed to bring anything from the outside to share with them. Not a peppermint, not a cookie, not a piece of fruit, nothing.
I think you covered this already.
I did not. I said you may not bring in anything, and now I am specifically talking about food. Do not give inmates your personal address or phone number.
This is a long list.
Miss Morris, it is important that you are advised of this institution's rules and regulations and that you understand that there will be serious consequences if you don't adhere to them. And I would like verbal confirmation right now that that is clear before I continue.
Very clear.
All right. Never walk in front of an inmate. Walk behind or beside them.
Why?
They could grab you from behind and hold you hostage. And this is a no hostage zone. We do not guarantee your safety. Okay?
Okay.
Don't run on the premises. Running looks like trouble or danger up in the gun towers. So don't run. Walk. Okay, we're winding down now.
Thank God.
Finally,
Just kidding.
Do not engage in any intimate form of physical contact with any of the inmates. Displays of affection are not allowed. For instance, hugging. Hugging will be cause for immediate termination of your volunteering activities. Overfamiliarity is not permitted. It will not be tolerated.
My goodness. Okay, I understand.
Do you agree to follow these guidelines?
Okay. I mean, yes, I do.
Good. You were meeting Wise today. He should be waiting for you.
Wait, no, I'm supposed to be meeting a man named James Hakeem.
His name is James, but everyone calls him Wise.
Oh, okay. Are you allowed to give me information about
About what?
him? Who he is, or is there anything I should know?
I don't think so. Like what? No.
Never mind.
Thank you for volunteering. The men really appreciate it.
Thank you. I mean, you're welcome.
Here's your whistle. Don't!
Oh, shit. Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
False alarm. Clear. Don't do
I'm
that
sorry.
again.
I'm
Follow
sorry.
me.
McHenry leads Entire and Ernie across the yard to a workplace. As they walk, they pass Clue.
Is that I've been reeling and spitting, revealing my dealings while kneeling on the pavement and hating that I'm kneeling on the concrete. Hating that I'm kneeling on the pavement, wrists and cuffs, ain't no bluff. You think you ain't praying, no? Ain't saying nothing about no changing, no obeying, no. You can't change me, no. None of us be playing, yo.
Hey, Wise.
Yeah.
This is,
Hi, I'm Ernie Morris, and I'm here to...
No, wait, you're Ernie Morris?
I am?
McHenry turns and starts to leave.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Who's she getting her ride from?
good looking out. You were not permitted to escort yourself out. When you're ready to leave, Officer Kaplan up front will get me or someone to escort you.
Ride but we just walked.
We call it a ride.
Oh.
Also, if you need to use the restroom while you're here, ask Officer Kaplan to unlock the bathroom door for you. He can stand guard outside if you'd like.
You are very thorough.
Thank you. All right, then.
McHenry leaves.
Nice
Nice to meet you.
Sorry, you first.
Sorry. No, you, please, you go first.
Cool. My name is James Hakeem Jamerson, but you can call me Wise. Everybody else does.
Ernie Morris, nice to meet you.
Man, all this time I was thinking you was a man. I seen your fake name on the list of new volunteers. In fact, I was the first one to sign up with you because, wait a minute, are you the same Ernie Morris that wrote a book called The Refrigerator Man?
Yes.
Okay, because I read your book.
Really?
Yep.
Why did you think I was a man? My bio and picture are there.
I figured, but they only let us have paperback books. And this one didn't have no back cover, so I guess somebody thought you looked cute, tore it off to keep for their own purposes. It didn't have no picture or no bio or nothing, so when I seen you walking in here, I say to myself, she must be here for somebody else. Ernie's about the funniest name I ever heard on a woman.
My dad named me after my grandfather, and they didn't think they'd have another child because my mom... Anyway, to make a long story short, I have a younger brother.
They named him after your grandmother?
No, but that would have been the right thing to do.
You want some coffee?
No, thank you.
I'm gonna get me some. John Doe, pour me some water, please. They let us use hot pots for hot water or cooking.
Cooking? You cook here?
There's only so many variations of pressed chicken with nasty sauce a person can tolerate. Most of us cook our own food.
What do you cook?
I start with butt-naked noodles, and then I throw in a little...
what is that? What is
ramen
that?
noodles from those soup packages. Without the spice, it's butt-naked. You throw in your mackerel, onion powder, little dry red pepper. If I'm lucky and I got a piece of tomato, I'll marinate the mackerel first.
Mackerel?
You get the most meat in the package. Salmon, chicken, tuna give you stingy amounts. What I cook is better than what they usually serving in the chow hall.
I'm sure. So, what exactly are you looking for my help with? We should probably make sure we're a fit.
I guess I should explain, huh?
That would be helpful.
You kind of direct, ain't you? Some people more chatty. Take their time, this and that, hi, the weather, blip, bloop, blap. You get straight to the point.
An alarm.
Uh-oh.
Wise goes to the door and looks out. Ernie stands to join him.
What's happening?
Stay there. Man, that's not nothing. These fools, look at that. Somebody cough, alarm. Look at that. Look at that.
False. Clear.
Everything okay?
If stupidity's okay, it's okay.
What happened?
Some of these COs don't know what they doing. False alarm.
What is ready?
For instance,
Wise makes himself a cup of coffee.
that CO who brought you here, McHenry. He seemed cool, but he got a few sides to him depending on what side of the bed he wake up on. I think maybe he got some personal issues. Can't keep no woman. Who knows? He is very tightened up.
I noticed.
Yeah, he knew on the job, trying to stay in control and never heard of the word relaxation. Rookies like him get here, we waiting to find out who's going to be a super cop and who's going to be cool. Hey, I got your book in my cell. Will you sign it for me?
Sure.
Now that is something I will surely treasure. Soon as I seen your name on the list, I start thinking, imagine if you wrote about me. Man, that would be the greatest moment of my life, you writing about me.
I'm not here to write.
But the way you write about people makes me feel like I know them from the inside out.
Thank you. So I'm eager to find out what it is you want my help with.
Cat come to fix the refrigerator and boom! I know when he showed up to work that day, he had no idea he was going to a writer's house who was going to put his whole life on Front Street. You hustled all the details about him juggling his 5 girlfriends and 26 children. And my man wasn't but 32. 32. And did nobody know nothing about nobody. 26 children.
With 3 more on the way. But anyway.
Some of the youngsters in here don't read too tough. So I read some of it to them. That part where you said, wait a minute, let me remember. Okay, yeah. The mathematical precision with which he organized his life and schedule to accommodate all of his women and his children shows the unrecognized, untapped, innate genius that resides in so many.
You memorized that?
Yeah, and other parts too. What you were saying is that intelligence and education are not the same thing. And that's what I'm always telling the youngsters in my program. Just because you're from the hood don't mean you're not capable of great things.
I'm really amazed that you got that.
Why? Because you don't think I'm intelligent enough to understand what you was trying to say?
What? Oh, no. I didn't mean to imply.
You think that just because I'm locked up and you probably got your PhD.
I didn't mean any offense.
Just because most of us men in blue only got a master's of the hood don't mean we dumb.
But I don't think you're dumb.
Whatever your low expectations may be, we ain't gonna meet them.
Let me speak now, okay? First of all, don't tell me what I think. That really pisses me off. You don't know what I think. What I said sounded condescending, and I didn't mean for it to. It came out wrong, and I'm sorry. I know that education and intelligence are 2 different things, and that's what I was trying to say in my book.
And that's why I was surprised.
So let me know if you still want my help, because I can ask Officer Kaplan to call my ride, and I'll leave, but it won't be because of my low expectations. How can I have any expectations? We just met. I haven't formed an opinion about you yet, and I'm a little insulted you managed to form one about me so quickly.
You're right. I think I'm nervous.
I think I'm nervous too.
I tell you one thing, though, you do know how to speak your mind.
It takes one to know one.
With regards to my education, I got a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, and I'm proud of that.
That's great. You should be. And with regards to mine, I don't have a master's or a PhD. In fact, I never studied writing.
What? But you're good at it, though.
I have a BA in acting.
Acting?
You don't have to rub it in.
So what did you act in?
You mean, what did I try to act in? The fact that I wrote a book that was published and that you were quoting from it is not something I would have thought possible.
You all right?
I think I would like that cup of coffee.
Wise gets a
It's
hot
still
pot
hot.
and fixes a cup.
It's still hot. They don't let us use regular sugar no more on account of people making wine or Pruno or whatever in their sales. But I got sweetener and powdered milk if you want.
Black with 1 sweetener, please. I don't like powdered milk.
You wouldn't do too good in here then. Just about everything you could think of comes in a powder form.
Thank you.
You're welcome, miss. Or should I I say Mrs. Morris. I see you wearing what looks like 2 wedding rings on your finger. Or are you married to 2 men at once?
Why don't you just call me Ernie?
Okay, Ernie.
So, what's the program you were mentioning?
I started a program in here to help the men understand they don't need to keep coming in and out of here. I'm trying to prevent as many as possible from becoming one more black man living their entire life in prison.
What's your success rate?
Over 5,000 men are taking it, 300 been released, no rearrest.
That's great. When I was walking through the yard, I saw so many men who looked like they could be my father, my brother, my cousins.
They doing time?
No,
How about your husband?
no,
He white.
no.
Are you telling me you ain't got no incarcerated family members?
Yes, this is my first time ever being in a prison. I was struck by the number of black and brown men. I knew, but when I did see a few white women. Who are they?
Volunteers, most of them are white. Truth be told, I thought you was a white man. Most black people, except for your family, already got somebody or more than one person in here. Why would anyone want to volunteer at a place got all their relatives, neighbors, friends, enemies, and acquaintances locked up? Where you from, anyway?
They told me not to give out any personal information. So, what would you like my help with?
Okay, so this is where I am, okay? More than anything, I want to be free of these walls. They say if you die in prison, your soul is trapped inside forever. If I walk outside and somebody pulls out their pistol and shoots me dead, at least I'll die free. I'm 62 years old, and I'm closer to death than life by now. And Ernie, I want to prove that I've changed.
How long have you been here?
I just made 46 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Tell me about it. Anyhow, I got a parole hearing in 6 months. It'll be my 14th time going in front of the parole board. They don't find you suitable, they say come back in 1, 3, 5 years, whatever. Last time they give me 5 years.
Suitable.
Suitable for parole, suitable to be allowed to rejoin society.
Oh.
They said I didn't understand my causative factors, which is bullshit. Sorry.
Why is it bullshit?
You ask anybody from this prison not found suitable what reason the board gave, every one of them's going to say causative factors. It's the reason they like to give because there's no right answer. It's not something you can prove. So if they don't want you to go home, it's what they'll say. Somebody should expose how unfair the process is. Writers always coming in here wanting to write about death row. How come nobody never want to write about somebody like me? I wish people on the outside could see us as individuals, because then they might want to write about us.
That's because death row's dramatic.
I'm dramatic.
I'm sure you are.
I've helped a lot of people with writing their impact statements for the parole board, and some of them have been found suitable and out there living free right now. I've been here a long time, Ernie. I was 16 when I got off the Grey Goose and they give me my fish kit. I ain't even started shaving yet. First time, my cellie, he keeps saying, "You going against the grain." I didn't know what he was talking about. He had to show me how to hold the razor. And now, here I am, 62 years old, and they think I'm still the same person, don't know how to hold a razor. So I think, of all people, I should be able to do it for myself by now. It's a short speech explaining that I've done everything in my power to make amends for the crime that I committed. I ain't never asked nobody for no help with mine before, but if you could write that statement for me, I think it would make a difference.
I'm not understanding why you can't write this yourself.
Yes, you're right. I should be able to. For instance, I know more about causative factors than most people. I know more about all of it than most people, but I just can't never seem to get it right when I'm doing it for myself. I committed a crime. Judge sent me to the pen to do time. Fine. Okay, I done it. But you find yourself in here, they don't never want to give you a real chance to leave, and I deserve a chance. I deserve the chance to have a chance. We all do. I ain't never claimed that I didn't do what I've done, but I want for them to see that there's more to me than just one cold act, and that I can't never seem to find the words. Can you help me find the words to show those people the inside of myself so that they could understand and respect me like what you did for the refrigerator man? Because truth be told, he sounded like a joker when I first started reading, and you changed my mind. I need to change their minds. So, you gonna help a brother out? Please. I need your help.
Ernie walks into her apartment. She sits at her desk and stares at the laptop. She turns it on.
I'm sitting here looking at these keys. I see my fingers on the keys and I have nothing to write.
She turns the laptop off.
Shit.
There's a wooden box-shaped urn on the table. She rests her head on it.
I wish you were here.
The phone rings.
Go away.
It rings again.
Hello? Who? Oh, Pat's friend. Yes, I remember. I said I remember. Okay, hello? Hello? Sorry to interrupt, but I don't want to go out for a drink with you. I have no romantic interest in you, and I never will. So please do not call me again, or I will change my phone number. Thank you. Goodbye.
She hangs up. She stands up, sits back down, picks her phone up again and scrolls through her voicemails. She pushes speakerphone. She sets the volume as high as it will go and sets the phone on the table.
If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines, like the galaxies of time, like the poet in this rhyme. Can't wait till you get home.
I wish I could call you back now.
She presses play again.
If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines.
Wise addresses his anti-violence class.
Okay, class. How many of y'all want to be a millionaire? How about a billionaire? Name me 5 billionaires. Y'all Always talking about getting money. I need money. Got to have my money. But you can't even name me 5 billionaires. Now, if I ask you to name me 15 hip-hop artists, I won't be able to write the names down fast enough. You know the songs, you can quote all the lyrics, but the music videos, did you know that everything you see, the mansion, the girls, the whole nine, is rented? Them cats don't own none of it. Soon as the video was over, they got to vacate the premises. It's an illusion. And most of them ain't got nothing much to say. They talked about getting locked up like it's a vacation. Do any of y'all consider this a vacation? Uh-huh. Pac and Biggie, now them cats was artists. And I ain't saying there's anything wrong with these cats you listening to. I'm just saying a rapper is not the only and most important thing a person can be. And you got to be good at it to succeed. Because catch this, each and every one of you in here has a talent and a greatness that if we can find out what it is and how to excel at it, we'd be as successful as anyone. I see some of y'all shaking y'all heads. Most of us in here because we was chasing money, right? Okay. Suppose I tell you there's a way you can make money without doing something that could send you to prison, but you got to be strong enough to resist temptation. Because when you get out, homeboys will be waiting for you. Say, take this package over there for me, make you some change. And that's how in 5 minutes, you're right back in the game without even blinking. I know what people didn't tell y'all growing up because they didn't tell me the same thing. Didn't nobody say I could be a lawyer or a doctor. Hell, you could even be a CO. Look at all the money these people making off us. Those guards you see, they get good pay, good pensions, they own houses, have families. And the brothers that you see in here doing it, them brothers is all learning more than you will ever make hustling in the streets. Them brothers is looking out for themselves and for their families. When I caught the case that put me in here, I had the same mindset as y'all. Whatever y'all did, I've done it too. Our world view is based on what we've been exposed to. That's why you can't name me 5 billionaires. And that's why you don't know the people who are actually running the world that you live in. You got to change your mindset to change your life.
Wise goes to the yard. The sun is setting, the moon is rising. The big curls of barbed wire atop the tall walls throw a shadow onto the dirt ground. He stands throwing little pieces of bread to the geese. McHenry comes up behind him.
I've been out here 20 minutes. Usually geese be congregating by this time waiting for me to feed them. Where they at?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Who knows? Almost count time. You should start heading back to your cell block.
Beautiful sunset tonight, wasn't it? That's the harvest moon. See how big it is. Did you ever notice there are usually more geese in this yard around full moon time, but not tonight? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It don't feel like the weather be tripping or nothing. They're not coming around for me to feed like usual.
Do you think geese are that deliberate?
It ain't random, that's for sure.
I've never noticed anything about more or less geese in here around the stages of the moon. How can you track something like that?
You ain't been out of training a full year yet, have you?
8 months.
I thought so. I knew your pops.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been clocking these geese for a long time now. It started because I wonder why they like being in here so much. I know we right by the water, but still, it's just a dirt yard and nothing in here to keep them coming back. You see this chart? That's 30 years of goose tracking. I've caught every single full moon since 1987. Okay, you see here where it says full moon, January 15, 1987? Then it says here, 22 geese. Now look at this line. January 26, 1987, not the full moon, 10 geese. March 28, 2003, full moon, 44 geese. All right, now look at this one. September 6, 2016, harvest moon, 72 geese. That was the most I ever seen.
So, what happened the day after the 6th?
September 7, 30 geese.
Huh.
I was hoping today, but not even one.
The CO's walkie-talkie crackles. Y sits on the ground.
Alarm.
What?
Alarm.
How'd you hear that?
Clear.
You can get up.
That's the second or third false alarm today.
What were you saying about my father?
Yard recall. Yard recall.
Gotta go. Close B count.
Wise walks towards his cell block. Ernie and Wise sit at a table in the workroom. He's making coffee. Ernie takes a sugar packet out of her pocket.
Want to share? That sweetener's a little rough on my taste buds.
You're not supposed to. Give it here, quick.
He quickly tears the packet, sprinkles some of the sugar in his cup, and hands her the packet. She puts the rest in her cup and stirs. He drinks.
Now that is what a cup of coffee is supposed to taste like. Thank you.
Truth is, I did it for myself. I hate that sweetener.
We lost our sugar and honey 7 years ago. Man, I miss honey so much.
Want me to bring you some? They have these little squeeze packets.
Nah, that's not a good idea. I see that you don't care about the rules in here.
I do. I just don't think a pack of sugar is that serious, is it?
They catch me with that sugar, that's a write-up. It could cost me parole. It could send me to the hole. It could get me transferred to a level 4 maximum security prison.
I didn't know.
You break a rule and you with me, I'm the one that gets a 115 and they won't let you come in here no more.
I'm sorry.
In here is not the same as out there. But thank you for this. It tastes right.
So, I was thinking, we should make sure you mention your causative factors.
There are psych evals in my file. They tell my entire life story.
But maybe we should list the highlights.
The highlights? You make it sound like a movie or something.
I think we should think of it like that. We picked the most interesting and best examples of what made you do what you did, who you were when you got here.
When I got here 46 years ago, I was on my way to getting murked.
What?
Getting bodied. Getting killed. Even after I got in here, it took me years to transform. Coming up, I was thugged out. Drugging, drinking, fighting, conning, hustling, running the streets with my homeboys. Our mission was to let everybody know that you could get hurt or die messing with us. We didn't care about no one, and we were not supposed to have feelings about nothing. Homeboy killed Bobo in front of you, keep stepping and don't say nothing to nobody. I think I was 8. I was coming home from the store with an ice cream. Somebody shot a dude. He fell dead right in front of me. I kept licking my ice cream, stepped over him and went home. Hood rules say boys ain't supposed to cry. Somebody shoot your cousin. Get over it. Your mama dead. Get over it. My mother died when I was 13. I didn't even know she was sick. I had to go hide under the house to cry so nobody could see me. This one time, I get there and my brother's already down there crying himself. I busted him. Well, we kind of busted each other. Both of us hiding so nobody catch us crying. You crying? No, I'm not. You crying? No, I'm not. Don't tell nobody. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. Both of us sniffing and wiping our noses and eyes with our t-shirts.
So you went down the wrong track because your mom died?
Nah, when I was 5, 6, I was already getting sent to the principal's office. Sent home, detention, expelled. Matter of fact, the first time they sent me to the juvenile hall, I was 9 and I had stabbed somebody.
Why?
I was protecting my homie and I knew how to use a knife.
At age 9?
Yep.
Did he die?
Nah, and it was self-defense.
It's a lot.
Yes, it is.
So, okay. Let's pretend you're introducing yourself to the parole board. Go.
My name is James Hakeem.
You sound stiff.
I just started.
Start again. How many people are there?
Last time there was 4 people.
Mr. Jameson, would you please tell us about yourself?
My name is James Hakeem Jamerson. I'm 62 years old. I was born on February 11th, 1957. Should I say here that I was convicted and came to prison when I was 16?
You could say, when I was 16, I was convicted,
Okay. When I was 16, I was sentenced. No, sorry. I was convicted. No, that's wrong.
Okay, stop. You're nervous and there's no reason to be.
I ain't not nervous.
You are.
I'm not.
You are. Now, take a deep breath. Do it. Breathe. Thank you. One more.
What?
Okay. Now let's start over. What happened the last time? Start at the beginning, blow by blow.
Okay. I walk in and I face the commissioner, the deputy DA, and the rest of the panel. They all sitting in front of me on the other side of this long table. Joan, my lawyer, Joan Hornick, is sitting to my right. The victim's family is further to the right. Their eyes be shooting bullets at me, and I can feel every one of them. I'm not supposed to look at them. In fact, I try not to look at nobody directly because I know I'm at their mercy, and it makes me feel even more nervous. I know that in their eyes, I'm nothing. So I'm standing there. I say, "Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is James Hakeem Jamerson, and I am speaking to you today to say that I am not the same boy of 16 that I was when I got here, and I wish I didn't have to speak to you today. I know the difference between right and wrong after all these years that I've been incarcerated. Thank you for this opportunity." And I went to sit. And then I realized, damn, I forgot to say the most important thing. So I say, "I'm sorry, but I forgot something that I wanted to say to the family." And I look at them, and I know I'm not supposed to. I know that they hate me, but they've been quiet this time compared to all the other times. And I look, and they looking at me with hatred. And I forget what I want to say. I forget how to talk. Finally, I just say, "I'm sorry. Chairperson say, Mr. Jameson, look over here. Look, don't look over there. Look over here. Then that's when the family start. You're a monster. We're not safe with somebody like you free in the streets. Chairperson calls them to order. She say to me, you got anything further to say? And I say, no, ma'am. She suddenly say, Mr. Jameson, why did you do it? I don't know. And the minute I say it, my heart sinks. And I know I blew it again. They dismiss us so that they can deliberate. We go outside, sit. Jones say, there's still a chance. Your life is great. Your file is great. Not everybody has a letter of support from the warden. But I know, and she know. They call us back in about an hour later and give me their denial of parole.
That fast?
That's the one positive thing about a parole hearing. Your suspense don't last too long. Mr. Jameson, we find you unsuitable. You haven't convinced us that you feel remorse for your crime, nor do we believe you understand your causative factors. I have heard them say that shit 13 times now. Before I know it, it's like I'm watching myself. And I'm trying to stop myself, but it's too late. I say, I am not a child. I know that what I did was wrong. And if you read my file, you would realize that. Chairperson say, do not raise your voice in here, Mr. Jamerson. I'm sorry. Period of denial is 5 years.
And that was it. Your statement lacked details. There was no indication that you think or care about anything. For one thing, you should probably start with what you did.
What? Why? They know what I did.
Well, I think if you say it like you were taking responsibility and start like that, it will have an impact. We're here to figure out an interesting way to get to the meat of this.
The meat of it? What do you mean by the meat? What meat?
I mean the point of your statement, the thing that will prove to them that you're different in some way.
Wouldn't you expect someone who's 62 to be different from a 16-year-old?
It's not about what I expect. Yes, I would expect it. It's what they want.
It's what they want. What they want. It's political. They don't want anything but the enjoyment of telling someone no.
Still, humor me. Tell me how you're different. How is it political? You don't seem to be in a writing mood today.
I'm never in that kind of mood.
I know you've been through this 13 times, but you're also still here.
See?
So clearly something's wrong. I can tell you that based on what I just heard, I wouldn't let you out myself because you didn't say anything.
I shouldn't have to say anything. I shouldn't even have to be there. Everything they need is in my records. All they want to talk about is what happened 46 years ago, over and over and over. The amount of time they spend going over what happened, they spend almost no time on who I am now, what I've done, what I want to do. I just want to...
To what? What?
To leave.
I want you to leave too. And I'm trying to help you. You asked me for my help and I'm trying to do that and you're not cooperating. I know you don't like it. Tough. It has to be done. So let's do it. Do it my way this time. You fail, we go back to the old way, the 15th time.
You are bossy as hell. You know that?
I do know it, but if you want my help, you have to deal with it.
I just want to go home and prove I changed.
Clue enters.
Hold up. Clue, where you been at? You said you was coming to the class last night. JB say you told him you was coming too. That's the second time now. The chronos were reflected and you won't get your credit.
I've been busy.
Busy doing what? We in a prison. Hey, this is Ernie. She the lady wrote that story about the refrigerator man.
Oh, yeah? Hey.
Mm-hmm. I need to talk
Hi.
to you. I need to talk to you.
What?
What's going on?
Wise takes him to the side.
What's going on?
Nothing.
It's not no nothing. Last week you stopped coming to class, and look at you. I could smell the weed on you before you walked in the door. You've been listening to anything I've been saying in the class.
What?
If you don't watch out, you want to end up like me? What's going on?
Nothing.
You got a lot of talent in you, youngster. I like the way you spit. You're good. You trying to say something. Put me in minor pock.
Yeah.
Why you tripping?
Man, I ain't tripping. You don't know me.
I know you like I know myself.
Clue walks away.
Where you going? At least give me the respect to let me say what I gotta say. I know that something's going on.
You don't know shit.
What? Man, at least be a man and talk to me.
My little brother in jail right now for murder. He 12.
Damn. Come here, little bro.
Wise grabs and hugs Clue.
I got you. You hear me? I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Does he have a lawyer? Because I have a friend who's a lawyer. Maybe she could help.
You see? Thank you, Ernie.
Who's responsible for him?
Me. If I was there, I would not let him do what he done. That's why he in the way he at now. Listen to but me.
What's his name?
Trey Schomburg.
How can I find out information so I can help him?
I could give your number to my uncle. When he call you, they'll tell you where they got Trey.
Ernie scribbles something, tears a sheet out of her notebook, and offers it to Clue.
Here. I'm going to help Trey, okay?
Clue quickly grabs it, puts it in his pocket, and leaves.
Come to class, 5:30. You know you're not supposed to give out your number like that, right?
How can I help him if I don't? I have to help him.
Okay.
Is there any hope?
There is so much hope, you wouldn't believe it.
If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines, like the galaxies of time, like the poet in this rhyme. Can't wait till you get home.
The day Charlie died, I was out doing errands. He called and left a message on my voicemail, singing his favorite Stevie Wonder song, and told me to call him back because it couldn't wait till I got home. And when I called him back, he said, I just wanted to tell you a few things. You have the biggest heart. Don't be afraid to let people see it. Then he said, listen to your voice above everyone else's, even mine. Then he asked me if I knew why that song was his favorite. You got to understand, it was cold. And I had to take my gloves off to call him and stand there while he was saying all this crazy stuff. And I was on my way home. And I told him that too. Can't this wait? I'll be home in a half hour. It's cold. He said, I just realized I've never told you this. I could just see him sitting there laughing at me on the verge of exploding at him. He loved to tease me. I said, you have 5 fast seconds, go. He said, 1 second is not faster or slower than another second. I was about to hang up. I really was. The call dropped, and I didn't call back because I was on my way home. And I didn't understand why he would leave me with a song that never mentions the word love.
In the yard.
Little man be walking, like talking, like sagging, like bragging like me. Say he wanna be. Say he just like me. Say he could deal like me. Say he could feel like me. He say he dopey, he smoking, not coping, provoking, choking, fussing, the cussing, corruption, percussion, and repercussion. Boy, you think you could deal like me? Think you could steal like me? Think you could sag like me? Sag like fuck like me?
Yard recall, yard recall.
38 ain't no game, little bro. 38 ain't the same thing, though. Pointing your 38 be insane, yo.
Yard recall, yard recall.
McHenry enters and watches. Clue leaves the yard and bumps into him.
Hey! Watch where you're going.
Ernie enters the workroom.
Ernie!
Hey.
I pretty much can't wait till the days you come.
That's nice to hear. Thank you. If I don't see Jerome later, would you please give him his story and tell him I made some edits? If I don't see Jerome later,
I'll give it to him, but I'm sure your husband or whoever is happy to see you when you get home.
I don't have anyone.
What? The gorgeous, brilliant Ernie Morris don't got nobody. We all do.
My husband died 3 years ago.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
How long were you married?
19. Almost 20 years.
Damn, that's a long time. I guess you were brokenhearted.
Yes.
So y'all had any kids?
No.
You didn't want none?
We did, but we didn't have any, okay? So now why don't we pick up where we...
I ain't never had my heart broken before. I have felt brokenness in different areas of my life, though.
An update erased my husband's message on my phone last night, so I'm a little bummed today, but nothing can be done about it. So let's just pick up where we were.
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
About what? Wise, I really don't want to talk about this.
But you're not making sense. How could he leave you a message if he did?
What? It was a message from before he died. Apple updates its software, so you're always getting messages to download the update. And last night I got one, downloaded it, and it erased his voicemail.
You didn't know that was going to happen?
No, I wouldn't have done it if I did. I called Apple. They say it was a glitch. My brother's a tech genius, and he said there's nothing that can be done. It's lost. He left the message the day he died.
But if it's been 3 years, you're over it by now, right? And a pretty woman like you shouldn't have no trouble finding a new man. You must not be looking hard enough, because I know you can.
You do not
someone
know anything about this. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. The problem is you got yourself in some kind of self-imposed maximum lockdown.
What?
A lockdown don't always mean you're being punished, but because you can't do nothing during it, it's more of a punishment than your regular incarceration.
So what is it for then?
It depends. You got your controlled, modified, or maximum lockdown. Maximum is the most serious level. Sometimes it's a protective. Something happened or something about to pop. It could be anything. The good thing is it always comes to an end. They unlock the rack. All the doors on the tier open. You step out of your cell onto the tier. You walk outside. The sun shines down on your face and you stand there just feeling that heat. So what I'm trying to say is it's time for you to forget about it. There's no reason for you to keep punishing yourself forever. Hey, I finally remembered to bring your book down from the cell. I want you to sign it for me.
Give me the fucking book. I'll sign it, and then I'm going home to my self-imposed cell. I can't do this. It was a message to me, okay? It was a very special message to me. And now it's gone, and I'm never going to hear his voice again.
Wise stares helplessly. He leaves and returns with a few single paper towels he got by the toilets in the yard. He tries to give them to Ernie's hand. He stands worriedly for a moment, leaves, and comes back with a granola bar and a Starlight peppermint.
Here's a snack.
I don't want to forget what he sounds like.
Somebody murder him?
No.
What happened?
It was a heart attack, I think.
You think? They ain't never told you.
I have the autopsy report.
But you ain't never looked at it?
I couldn't.
I'm sorry you went through something like that. I wish I could take all of this hurt inside of you and make it disappear.
His name was Charlie. He was a photojournalist, a really good one. I told him about the refrigerator man, and he said, "You've got to write this." And I said, "But I'm not a writer." And he said, "You don't know what you are or aren't until you try." The only way I could write it was to pretend I was telling it to him.
He sounds cool. I wish I could have met him.
I haven't been able to write since he died.
You're a real good writer.
I can't get any words to come out. Let's work on your statement.
I appreciate you telling me about your husband. All I got left is my sister. She the only one of us stay straight. Go to church, work, got kids and grandkids now. I sometimes wonder who I could have turned out to be if I had the same opportunities you had. School, parents working jobs, pushing us to try to succeed. I killed her, man.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it some other time.
You can tell me now if you want.
I don't want to upset you no more today.
I'm okay. I Googled your name and I couldn't find anything. Probably because you were a minor.
They got me for first-degree murder, armed robbery. I hit this pawn shop. with a dude I barely knew. I say, bro, let's go hit this lick. Funny thing is, just before we walk in, he say to me, man, you sure you want to do this? And you know how you get that funny feeling. That was my intuition trying to save me, but I ignore it. We walk in, ain't no customers. I tie up the owner, say to the dude, watch him. I go behind the counter, open a drawer. I'm putting jewelry, cash, guns, everything in my bag. And while I'm doing that, I trip a silent alarm. The door suddenly busts open and a police is standing there and he got his hand reaching down like this, reaching for his pistol. So without even thinking, I point my .38 and shoot, bam. And that one bullet goes into the heart of a 40-year-old white policeman named Anthony Riley. Ricochets off his aorta, does a lot of damage. By the time he hits the ground, he's dead. We don't check or nothing. We run out of there. Homie go one way, I at the corner, I go the other way. And I run. When I stop to catch my breath, I'm on the street. Cars parked down the block. I look around. Nobody. I try the doors. Second car, boom, unlocked. I look around. Nobody. I get in, crouch down on the floor in the back. I hear police approaching, dogs closer and closer. I make myself small as I can. I say, keep going, keep going, keep going. I try to stop my heart from beating so loud. When I look up, the car is surrounded. Guns are pointing at me through the window. They say, come out with your hands up. I say to myself, don't move. I'm thinking if I don't move, something will change. But door opens, they snatch me, throw me onto the pavement, cuff me, put me in their car, drive to the station, book me. I pose, turn right, turn left, center, then boom, that's it, land in here.
And it's his family that comes to the hearings.
His wife and daughter come every time. Girl was 7 years old when it happened. Now she's a grown woman. Wife's about 80, both still mad as hell.
Do you understand why?
Yes, but it's been over 40 years. They still acting like it just happened.
For the rest of their lives, it's going to feel like it just happened. Losing someone is terrible.
I know.
No, you don't. Losing someone suddenly is it's like he's talking and he gets to the middle of the sentence and you wait for him to say the next word, but he doesn't. And you want more than anything to know what he was going to say next and all the things that were going to happen next. So you go back to the beginning of the sentence and you get to the place where he stopped. And you keep doing that over and over and over, from the beginning to where he stopped, from the beginning to where he stopped, from the beginning to where he stopped. You better make it very clear that you realize you are the kind of person who could fuck someone up.
I wouldn't. I don't.
Do not interrupt me. Take responsibility for your actions, for what you did to them, and tell them so that they know this is who I am. This is what I did. This is what I did to you. You say, Mrs. Riley, your husband is dead because of me. I killed him. Then you tell her that you realize the consequences of what you did to him and to his daughter and to her.
I remember
what you
leaving
did
that
to
man.
her. She doesn't know that you even think about it because you haven't told her, or she doesn't believe you. And why should she? Why should she care what the fuck you think? Let her know that you wish you could take the hurt out of her and make it disappear. Pretend she's me.
I would never hurt you.
I feel what she feels. So you did. There isn't one single excuse you could ever come up with for doing what you did that would be acceptable.
Ernie leaves. Clue is in the yard.
Sitting here wishing I could barbed wire. Sipping on Pruno. Man, that shit is fire. Escaping from life for nonsense. Life doing time that add up to no sense. Doing time has got me feeling ageless. Cause in my dreams I'm living cageless, while I be bleeding, weaving, and dodging from the rampage. A bunch of goons and OGs in their middle age. They who are dodging and plotting how to upstage. In one clear direction I can aim my range. Little bro be sitting in his own cage. Say he be outside thinking he could be me. Say he be outside doing how he see me. Shoulda not been worrying how to be me. Now he the one crying salty tears. He the one looking at lost years. He the one got murder on his rap sheet in the dirt yard trying to find his own beat. He escaped the hell of minimum wage, yo. Cause he be there and I be here and I can't retro. I can't do nothing from in here. I ain't no arrow. This shit be real. This shit ain't nothing to be laughing about. Sitting here wishing I could climb this barbed wire. Sipping on Pruno, man. That shit is fire. Escaping from living a life of nonsense. Life doing that add up to no sense. Doing time has got me feeling ageless.
Why are you out here? Aren't you supposed to be in that class?
I'm going.
What?
I ain't saying.
What?
I said I'm going.
Because if you're taking a class, that's where you're supposed to be, not out in the yard. Do you understand? Go to your class!
I said I'm going.
Clue leaves. Wise addresses his Clue sits watching.
I don't know if any of y'all ever had somebody tell you that they love you. My mother died when I was 13. She the only one ever said it to me. But I remember what it felt like to hear it. So, I want to tell you that I love you. You can walk through your life after today knowing that a man named Wise loves you. You hear me? I love each one of you. A lot of us ain't got no understanding what it is to be loved and what it is to be respected and cared about. We had to go find our love out in the streets. The mindset we found out there is whoever I hurt, whoever I do damage to, it don't matter. That's because we don't see our victims as people. Let's keep it real. Keep it 100. We don't even see ourselves as people. In the hood, ain't nobody talking about who know a good psychiatrist I can go to because, man, I think I've been traumatized. I see my daddy hit by the police in front of my house and his blood and brains splattered all over my shoes. We pretend those things are normal. It's what led us to prison and what's got us sitting in this classroom today. And none of it is normal. And none of it is okay. If the reason you in here is because you hurt somebody, it means you ain't the shit you thought you was. Wait a minute, Clue. Where you going? I ain't finished. I want to help you, son. I love you. I love you.
Clue gets up and leaves.
Some of us did some bad things that hurt someone, and we need to realize that. Something else we need to realize is that every one of us has something we good at. When you figure out what it is, you'll be free. You'll discover that the world is bigger than you ever thought. And you can be whoever you want to be in it. Now, that's freedom. We got to stop thinking it's about us and them. We need to start thinking about you and me. We need to help each other to stay strong so that we can resist becoming who they say we are, who they want us to be, because that's how they win. We win when we learn how to sing their song better than they can sing it. Louder, sweeter, because can't nobody argue with what everybody can see. All I'm trying to tell you is that you and I are as good and capable as anybody. We just didn't know it. Every time you pick up a pistol and say, give me what you got, it means you done fell into a trap they laid out for you. Every time you say, I can make $50 in 5 minutes delivering something for homie, so why should I go to school? You've proven the people who come up with the statistics right. You're on the road to ending up in a church facing the ceiling or snatching somebody's birthday. That means it's just a matter of time till you end up in here wearing the blue forever. It means you weak. It means you've been played. It means they won. It means you lost.
Clue is in the yard. Wise approaches him.
What's cracking? You keep forgetting they got pistols and you ain't got yours no more, youngster. You can kick it on your own and learn the hard way. I'm offering you a shortcut. It took me 10 years of being in and out of the hole. And in those days, just getting through the night was an accomplishment. I was trash at the beat making game. I can't spit like you. That's a talent. And most people say they got a hold on words and a beat. Most people can't say that.
You do?
One day, I come out of the hole after some shenanigans done left me almost dead. And my sister come to visit. She said, you my only brother left, and I don't want to lose you. But you too selfish to care about hurting me. What you think gonna happen to your brother if something happened to you? You need to be careful.
I ain't doing shit.
That ain't true. I can see it and smell it. I know you selling, dealing, conning, hustling like you still in the street.
I ain't the only one.
How you conduct yourself ends up in your file. Suppose they decide to transfer you to a level 4. You want to help your brother? You think you can do that from a level 4? I'm warning you, you youngsters don't think about consequences.
I ain't even commit the crime they got me in here for. None of it is straight.
What? What are you saying? Your lawyer know?
I told him he ain't care. And the judge don't care.
If it's true, you can fight it. You telling me you not responsible for the case you caught?
No. I'm responsible for something else they ain't got me in here for, though.
What?
Nothing.
Tell me, so I can figure out how to help you.
I'm cool.
Tell me.
Somebody else got bodied on account of me.
You ain't got to be alone with this. So I'm going to try to help you find a solution. Okay? Stay straight so we can figure out what to do. You hear me? Staying straight don't mean you soft. You ain't alone.
McHenry enters the yard and stands silently counting the geese. Wise spots him. Wise walks over to him.
They came back.
Yep. I recognize these guys. But some of their friends ain't come back with them, though. There's a bunch missing. Maybe they need a change of scenery. They lucky. Get to come and go at will.
I guess they do, don't they?
These guys, it's funny. They choose to come in here. And they accept us without none of that what you in here for. All they care about is you gonna feed us. I know which of you COs is gonna stay and how you gonna handle the job. I ain't been surprised but once. Your pops fooled me.
How?
I knew him from the neighborhood. Same school, and we knew some of the same people. He come in here, took a job with rules, and I didn't want to take orders from him, so we had an exceptional conflict. I thought one of us was going to end up killing the other. He was tough, but he was fair. I'm sorry for your loss.
Wise takes his hand slowly out of his pocket to show it's empty and extends it. McHenry does not take his hand.
Thanks.
So is working here your life goal, or you got a time limit? Like you gonna be here 10 years and save some money, then go do something else?
I guess something else.
Yeah, most of you start out thinking that way. Your pop started out that way too. The ones who make it are the ones who adhere to the rules, but can also see that we somebody like yourself who just made a mistake and end up here.
You're saying, pretend I'm you, or you're me?
I'm saying study the pattern, become the pattern. Just because you're in a position of power, it don't mean you got to abuse it. Think of who we are and what someone may be going through. Think. Take the time to think.
Ernie is at home. She tears open a sealed envelope.
Office of the Medical Examiner, case number M13007529. Charles Morris, African American, male, 5'9", 155 pounds, age at last birthday, 43. Cause of death, sudden cardiac arrest syndrome. Manner of death, natural. Decedent's heart stopped suddenly. He lost consciousness and died.
Phone rings.
Hello?
Wise is at a phone. McHenry is standing by.
That you, Ernie?
Wise?
Yeah, it's me. I can't talk long. CO dial from the desk phone. Look, are you okay?
Yes.
I just want to say, I understand what you were saying to me.
Okay.
You know how your husband liked to read what you wrote and told you to write to him? You could still write to him, but give it to me to read. I'll read it for you instead of him. Because maybe you don't have somebody waiting to read it. And that's why, because you're a real good writer. I like how you write. You shouldn't stop. You there?
I am. Yes. Yes.
I may not be able to give you the same quality of advice that he used to give you, but I can try. So just write about anything and give it to me, okay? So are you gonna write again?
Well, not this minute, but...
Just try it. You still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
I gotta go in a second. This is against the rules. I just wanted to check and see if you were doing okay. I didn't like the way we left things.
I'm okay. Thank you for checking. I'll see you on Thursday.
Okay. I'll let you go then. Rest easy.
Thank you. You too.
They hang up.
You'll be here Thursday.
Wise approaches Clue in the yard.
Fuck with the wrong homie, yo. You end up 6 feet under eating dust, bro. No more mayonnaise and bologna sandwiches, bro.
Yard recall, yard recall.
I seen worse than you. I've been worse than you.
McHenry
Me and my
enters and
homies knowing
watches.
what to do, though. Me and my homies knowing what to do, though. We ain't no saints. We go hard in the paint. We mess you up. You try to duck. Now you 6 feet under eating dust. You out of luck. You horror struck.
Yard recall! Yard recall!
Man, come on. I ain't gonna just leave you to stay out here. They jam you up. You don't want to get in no trouble.
Living the life inconsistent. Trying to fuck system.
It's time to go. Get out of the area.
Fitting the fly skies resistant. Brave enough to aim. No assistance.
Yard recall, time to go.
Take your hands off me.
Don't be stupid, son.
Playing the game, distance, resistance, living his life in pain. That's persistent. Nothing to bring him fame in this instance.
I have a disruptive inmate. Cover me.
Copy. Clue struggles. McHenry tackles him.
Don't resist.
Stay clear.
Get off of me. Get off of me.
I got an inmate in restraints.
Get off of me.
Stand up.
He's going through a lot. Take him to the cage and let him calm down.
You are not in charge. I am. Stand back.
McHenry kicks Clue.
I said, get up.
McHenry kicks Clue again, then catches Wise's eye. McHenry jerks Clue upright.
Escorting inmate to TTA.
The light follows McHenry leading Clue away. Wise stands watching, shaking his head sadly. At the door to the cage, McHenry pats Clue down again, then uncuffs and pushes him in.
Strip.
Clue strips naked and throws his clothes at McHenry, who cuffs one of Clue's wrists to the bar of the cage. McHenry checks Clue's clothes, throws them back to him, unlocks the cuff, locks the cage. He leaves Clue in the cage as Clue is pulling on his boxers.
I don't know if I would have ever started writing if Charlie hadn't nudged it out of me. I do know that it was the combination of him and me, us, that made that happen. When I began to write, it felt like I suddenly knew who I was. And when he died, I lost the feeling. I didn't think I would ever write again. I didn't think I could ever write again. I tried to break the block, but nothing. So I emailed my agent to tell her I really wasn't almost finished with the new book. In fact, I hadn't even begun, and she should return the advance. I was quitting. But literally 5 minutes after emailing her, I check my inbox and see a subject line that says, Ernie Morris status approved. I open it, and it says, you have been approved to volunteer at the prison. And I'm like, huh? And then like a dream that you wake up from already forgetting, I remembered that Charlie had applied for us to go there a few days before he died, but not to volunteer. He wanted to photograph the men, and he wanted me to write the bios for the photos. And I had forgotten all about it until this email suddenly appears 3 years later. I jumped up like my laptop was going to explode because I knew Charlie was all over it. And so I went to the prison to follow the thread because I thought it was going to lead me back to him somehow. Or that he would find his way back to me. Somehow, when you lose someone, you look for them everywhere. I met a man there named James Hakeem Jamerson, also known as Wise, who's serving a life sentence, who reminds me nothing of Charlie, except for he urged me to write as if it mattered to him.
McHenry ushers Ernie to the workroom.
Hey, Wise.
McHenry turns to leave, then turns back to Wise.
He's okay.
Thank you for letting me know.
What's going on?
They got Clue in the hole.
Why?
He had a bad day and forgot where he was.
How long are they going to keep him there?
They put you in the hole, they can keep you in there as long as they want. Some people stay in the hole for years. I hope they don't transfer him out of here.
Me too. My friend's helping his brother.
Good. I asked Joan to ask Mrs. Riley if I could talk to her before the board hearing face to face, but she said she don't want to talk to me.
It's good you tried. I'm sorry, Wise. How's your statement coming along?
I'm working on it.
Is it more than 30 seconds long?
It's at least a minute long.
That's progress. Ideally, it should be somewhere between that and Nelson Mandela's speech in court.
Nelson Mandela, what you mean?
He made a statement at his trial that lasted almost 4 hours, and he ended it with, "If needs be, I am prepared to die."
4 hours? And them people let him talk in the courtroom that long? Damn! If I tried that, I am prepared to die. They say, yes, sir, come right this way.
I was wondering, is there any way I could see your cell?
What do you want to see it for?
Started writing again. I'm writing about you.
Let me get one of the CO's takers.
McHenry and Ernie stand at the door to the cell. Wise gives the tour of his tiny cell.
How big is it?
You mean how small is it? It's about 6 by 9. I got the bottom bunk, toilet, sink.
That's a tiny sink.
It's big enough to take a bird bath if I don't want to shower with 13 men at once. Under the bed, those 2 cardboard boxes, I keep all my papers and stuff in that one. That one's Marcelli's. There's a 2-foot space between here and the edge of the bed and the wall, so both of us
9 p.m. to 5:30, the rack is locked. There's no way the doors can be opened.
So you can come in and look around.
Wise steps out so that Ernie can step inside.
Want me to lock it so you can get the feel?
No. No, 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 no.
Ernie heads quickly out the door. She runs.
Don't run! No running! Stop! Stop!
She stops.
Clear? Are you all right?
How do you do it?
How do I do what?
How can you lock up all these men in cells like that?
I'm not the one doing it.
He walks away.
We all make mistakes. Some mistakes are worse than others. Some can be taken back and some can't. But everyone is more than their mistakes. And that's what the system forgets to take into account. That and the fact that people can change. I began writing again as if the fact that I hadn't been able to for over 3 years was just a comma in a sentence.
It's dusk. The barbed wire shadows fall across the yard. Wise is outside feeding the geese. Clue comes out and begins counting the geese.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 16.
McHenry walks out to the yard and begins counting the geese.
3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. Full moon again. I've started noticing a lot of them come back. They go for a while, but they come back. The younger ones. Right now, though, looks like we got the whole crew here.
It's a pattern.
I'm starting to see it now.
Yeah. Every now and then something comes from out of nowhere and disturbs the pattern. But then it goes back to the way it was. But it never goes back to being exactly the same.
Yard recall! Yard recall! Clue leaves. He politely nods at the two other men. Wise slowly turns and walks towards the cell block.
Recently, I found out that a volunteer I've been working with at the prison lost her husband 3 years ago. His heart suddenly stopped while she was out one day. And he was dead before she got home. Seeing her pain made me understand in a way I never had before what you must have gone through, Mrs. Riley, because of me and what I've done to you and your daughter. I wish it hadn't taken me 46 years to understand exactly how seriously you suffered. And I'm sorry that you have had to come to these hearings so many times over the years, making you relive the death of your husband over and over. I tried, but I cannot come up with an explanation for why I did what I did that day. I realize now that by the time I was 6 years old and was sent to the principal's office for cussing at the teacher, Officer Riley was already dead. I didn't know it, and he didn't know it, but I was already on the road headed to killing somebody. And somebody's going to kill me, causing pain and fear. That's what I live for. Hurt so many people in so many ways, and I wish I could hit the reset button and go back and change my path now that I know what I know, but I can't. I am sorry for taking the life of your husband and your father. I can't give him back to you, but if I could, I would. If it meant I had to die myself to give him back to you, I would do that. Please know that I would do that. And I know I can't make you amends for but I will never stop doing is trying to teach others not to make the same mistakes that I made. I'm not asking you to forgive me or even to give me another chance, because I don't deserve that. What I'm asking you to do is to allow me the opportunity to be who I should have been to begin with, and the opportunity to try to stop any young man on the outside from ending up in prison as I have. I would like that more than anything in the world. It's the best way I can think of to honor your husband's life and to give mine some meaning. I will never forget that Officer Riley died and that I am alive. Until I die, I will never stop being sorry that I took him away from you and your daughter. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say.
It's perfect. What's wrong?
It's my 14th time that most of us don't get out.
I'll come in every day next week so you can practice.
No, I just want to sit with what I have now and go in and do my best.
You don't want me to come in to practice with you?
No, I think it's better if we just wait till it's over.
You find out on the same day, right?
About an hour later.
Can I come?
They don't let you.
They're going to let you out. I know it.
You pretty optimistic, ain't you?
Are you kidding? Your statement is excellent. So what's the first thing you want to do when you get out?
Take me a bath with bubbles and use a toilet in a bathroom with the door closed. Eat fresh pineapple and a steak, baked potato and strawberry milkshake and maybe some pie and ice cream. Then I go for a walk and look at all the people. I don't know them. They don't know me. We'll just all be walking down the street together.
Maybe you'll meet a nice lady, get married.
When I walk out these gates, they're going to have me $200. You think that's enough to make me a good catch?
I think you are a very good catch. A poor one, but a good one. Are you nervous?
Nervous.
I think you should think positive. I have a really good feeling.
You've been coming here for 6 months now. You put a lot of work with me. And I see some of the other guys got you helping them too. Thank you. I feel good about what I'm saying for the first time. Ernie, I don't want you to get too disappointed if they don't grant me parole. If I don't walk out of here, it won't be your fault. You try to act tough, but you're real sensitive.
Oh, Wise.
Ernie hugs him. Wise stands stiffly, horrified. He does not hug her back. McHenry, who came in and has been listening, steps forward.
Ernie, stop. Ernie, stop.
I forgot. I'm sorry. It wasn't his fault. I'm sorry. It was just a good luck hug.
You have got to leave now.
Ernie leaves with McHenry. Ernie is at home reading. Her phone rings.
Hello?
This is Global Tellink with a prepaid call from...
Wise.
an inmate at the state penitentiary. Press or say 5 to accept.
5.
Ernie.
Wise. I've been worried sick. How did it go?
So listen to this. Towards the end of my statement, I looked and Mrs. Riley was crying.
Oh my God.
The chairman said, look at us, not the family.
Oh no.
It was okay though.
Okay.
Yeah, I may have messed up a little, but I got through it. Then they said they feel I've been punished long enough and they found me suitable to re-enter society. So I just wanted to say thank you. I couldn't wait to call and tell you.
I am so happy. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Take.
The call is disconnected. The sun is shining. Wise carries a duffel bag. McHenry hands him an envelope.
You'll find $200 in there. I hope I don't ever see you back here.
You won't.
As Wise emerges through the gates, the sun brightens and shines into his face, momentarily blinding him. He shades his eyes with his hand. He freezes.
I like to write improbabilities, not impossibilities. I wrote that because more than anything, it's what I wanted to happen. It's what I wished for. I wasn't given permission to use Wise's real name, nor the name of the person of the prison. So consider this a work of fiction. But please know that the real Wise read and approved everything that I've written, except for the end. When I showed it to him, he cried. Maybe my heart isn't as big as it used to be because it broke into too many pieces when Charlie died. Or maybe it's that I know that this improbability is so impossible, even though I want to so badly. I can't let you think that Wise is out because he's not. This is what really happened.
Ernie.
Wise.
Not suitable.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
He hangs up. Ernie enters the prison security area. McHenry is there. He checks her ID. He stamps her arm. They go through the first gate. Slam. She holds up her ID, goes through the second gate. Slam.
How is he?
Quiet.
Thank you for not penalizing me or him for the
Contact violation.
contact violation.
He's going through it. He's out there. You know how he do? Feeding his geese. Look, I'm not supposed to let you on the yard, but I'm going to give you a few minutes. I'll be nearby.
Thank you.
In a different part of the yard, Clue has a notebook and is silently composing a rap. He nods his head in time to his beat as he writes. Wise is squatting in the yard, throwing bread to the geese. Ernie looks at McHenry for permission to approach. He nods. She approaches Wise.
Hey.
Hey, want some bread?
He hands her some. She goes to squat next to him.
Don't squat.
What? Why not?
Over familiarity.
Familiarity.
Are you serious?
Hmm?
Am I allowed to throw the bread?
Yes, that is allowed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
McHenry begins silently counting the geese.
How are you?
It's not like I had never been through it. But this time, How are you? I was worried about you. And all the people who care.
I'm okay.
They give me 3 years to go before the panel again.
Is that good or bad?
It could have been 5 like last time.
I'd like to keep helping you with that and your program. if it's okay.
You think you can take it?
If you can, I can.
You calling yourself tough now? You comparing yourself to the original OG? Okay, then.
Okay.
You still writing?
Yes.
Good. You gonna show it to me?
Yes.
Good. If it's magic, then why can't it be everlasting? Like the sun that always shines, like the poets in this rhyme, like the galaxies of time. My man Stevie was trying to trip us up with that first line, saying magic can't be everlasting and every single thing he mentions in the song lasts forever. The magic he talking about is love. You tripping?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. You're still on lockdown.
Yes, but the door is unlocked.
That don't make no sense. It's either locked or you're free.
Huh.